Hey, Ryan, can you lead us off for Drew, please?
Or two for you, Drew. The first one is overall, how'd you feel like you threw it after such a long layoff, and I'll follow up after that.
Yeah, I felt good. I've kind of always been the guy when you get into a game, the ball just it comes out better than it does in practice or warm ups because you don't need to think about anything. You don't need to think about your motion. You don't need to think about your stroke. You don't need to think about your feet. You just rely back on the thousands and thousands of reps you've taken over your life, and it just comes out. And that's kind of how you feel out there on the field. And that's how I felt today, which I was excited about.
Mm-hmm.
There was no doubt in my mind that I was ready to come out and play and try to lead us to a win. I think if maybe a week earlier, then I'm not 100% sure about, but I would have been ready this week, and I was excited that this got to be pushed back to be able to play this game here in Gillette, and I got to actually step on the field.
And secondly, after the second interception, how anxious were those last 2 minutes for you watching the defense?
Very, very anxious. That's our offense. So we're gonna take shots, and they're there. The first one was 100% on me. From the look I saw, I feel like I could try to squeeze it back shoulder, and then, of course, the defender falls off. Me and Tim will work on that this week. If I just throw it the way I've been throwing it the whole game, fit in a whole shot against cover two, that was just man-to-man. Just throw it like I did the first play of the game to Tim, and it would have been fine. We wouldn't have been able to throw the second pick. We would have held the ball, possibly scored, kicked another field goal, and I would have been sipping Gatorade on the sideline, relaxing instead of biting my nails.
Next one, Andrew Mason.
Drew, there were deep shots early, late throughout the game. What went into today's emphasis on being aggressive with those downfield shots?
We just felt like we could take those. That's the thing with our offense. That's the reason we drafted the guys that we did. That's the reason that we kept the guys that we did. We feel like we can throw these shots. We feel like we can take these deep shots, and teams are going to have to be weary about that. They're going to have to have guys over the top to help. And then if they do that, then we'll run the ball. I mean, it's going to take two really, really good DBs on each side with good safety help to try to stop these guys from running by them. We're that confident in our athletes that we have here in Denver. And, I'm excited to keep progressing in the offense, keep learning, and just keep figuring this thing out.
Next one, Mark Kisler.
Talk about Philip Lindsay, not only the yards he gained, but the energy I'm sure he brought.
Yeah, rock 'em, sock 'em, bob 'em, Phil, with the hair rolling today. He was ready. He was excited, and it felt good to finally have him back on the field. Man, he brings an energy that is infectious, without a doubt, and having him back is huge for our offense. I'm just excited to hopefully get everyone back eventually, offense, defense side of the ball, and just really see how good this team can be.
Next one, Nick Kosmider.
Drew, you talked about Tim's catch on the first play of the game. Also, the 32-yarder down the sideline, kind of catching it through the sun. 2 back-to-back 100-yard games for him. What can you just say about the way that he's progressed here?
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Shermer, before he got here, before he got to know anybody, I told him that, but one of the guys that, might not get talked about enough, or, he might get talked about a little bit, but not enough in my eyes, was Tim Patrick. Was always been that guy to me, in my opinion. Big, strong, physical guy. Loves the game of football. It's hard to beat him out to practice, him and Deshaun. It really is. I mean, they want to be out there. They want to work. Coach Azani has them wired every single day. And I told Coach Sherman before he got here, I'm like, hey, man, this guy's going to make a lot of plays for us this year. And, again, he's not a media guy. No one's going to freak out about him and get 30,000 tweets about Tim Patrick this year, but he's going to make a lot of plays for us, and I just appreciate him being on the team, and I'm excited that he's on our team.
Next one, Brian Cristal.
Drew, you talk about muscle memory or whatever, just going out and playing. Is that kind of what it is with Albert O out there? I know that he didn't come down with those couple, but for you, is it flashbacks to your time in Columbia?
Yeah, without a doubt it was. I told him, because that route that he ran, we've put him on that route a couple times there in Columbia. And I told him, I was like, hey, it's no different than college, just a little faster. But, you're bigger, you're smarter, you're stronger, and you're going to come out here and play well. And, I even called one of my buddies last night that was my roommate. And, Albert's a really good friend, my really good friend, Jack. I was like, hey, Albert's Albert's going to go out tomorrow and make some plays, man. Like, you got to tune in and watch because I'm excited for him to play. Now, I know Albert's going to be upset about some of those plays in the red zone. And, of course, I'll hold him to a higher standard than he's probably hoping for. So we'll probably hit a couple of those after practices this week. But I was excited for him.
Final two, Troy, then Mike.
Drew, first, how does the body feel? You did take a couple of good hits, at least on one of those sacks. And secondly, you guys have found a way to win these past 2 games. Do you feel like, there's a bit of a return to relevance? You guys they're turning the corner now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the media might feel like there's a return to relevance, or people that aren't in our building might think that. But we knew that we could be a really good team. It's hard to come up to Gillette and win, better yet win without scoring a touchdown. We knew we could be a really good team. We just got to keep putting these pieces together and keep rolling. We're playing a really, really good team next week. It's going to be a big test for us to see who we are, see if we're mentally tough, physically tough enough to come in there and try to get a win. But, I truly feel like we're an extremely good team. We just got to put both sides of the ball together, all 3 actually, special teams, offense, and defense. We were a little bit together tonight, but I'd say special teams and defense carry this win without a doubt. And with that being said, we can pass it over to the legend himself.
This would
Brandon.
be final one, Mike, and then we've got Brandon coming up.
Yeah, Drew, you moved the ball all day, but the red zone and the high red zone area, you didn't come through. It seemed like you guys took a lot of deep shots downfield. Was that kind of the game plan? You thought in the red zone that's where you could get them? And you're not getting complacent knowing you got Brandon McManus behind you, right? As far as kicking the field goals.
He definitely allows us to take a deep breath there, call what we feel like, call what we want. That was kind of the game plan. We saw opportunities to pass the ball on them down there, and the opportunities were there. We just gotta come up with it. That's the struggle of it. It's just football. We got to put those little plays together. They made some, we made some, but in the end, we need to make more than they do. And I guess in a way we did because we won. But as an offensive side of the ball and an offensive group, we know we got a lot to work on, and we appreciate our defense and our special teams. But it's a very bright future for us here, without a doubt. And I'm excited to keep working with these guys because we can be a special football team.
Okay, Drew, thanks for taking the time. Guys, we got Brandon right up.